Good morning. I'm Chaplain John Rawlison from the Dobbins Air Base Chapel, and thank you so much for joining us for our Advent Devotional Series. This is December 19th, and this morning's lesson begins with a reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 18. In chapter 18, Jesus was speaking to Pilate, and in verse 37 of chapter 18, Pilate asked him if he was a king, and Jesus answered, "You say that I'm a king. In fact, the reason I was born and came into this world is to testify to the truth. Everyone on the side of the truth listens to me." As we consider the significance of Christmas and the reasons that God sent his Son into the world, we should always take into account the explanation of Jesus himself to testify to the truth. In John 18, Pilate immediately challenges Jesus' words, asking, "What is the truth?" Pilate is not so different from many in our world today. Many seem confused when Christians say that we know the truth. There may be genuine confusion. In the face of the variety of religious or spiritual beliefs in the world, they perhaps still don't know why we need Jesus to have a restored relationship to God. Or maybe it's a convenient confusion, which people could use to hide from committing to following Jesus. Regardless of what Pilate's situation was, it didn't stop Jesus from declaring the truth about his identity. Jesus confidently says that those who love the truth will listen to him. Jesus walked in confidence and freedom that truth provides, even when that gave his enemies an opportunity to attack him. In the beginning of chapter 18, Judas saw the opportunity to exploit the proximity he had with Jesus and led a group of soldiers to the place where the Master had met so often with his disciples. But when the soldiers ask about Jesus of Nazareth and hear his firm and direct reply, they fall to the ground. Jesus speaks, and the betrayer, torches, lanterns, and weapons had no choice but to bow before the truth. I am. Jesus' confidence is even more evident in contrast to one disciple. Peter relies on his sword, even going so far as to cut someone's ear off. And when his safety doesn't seem guaranteed by truth, Peter's answer is denial. I am not. As humans, we can understand Peter's fear. The disciple watches as Jesus' unwavering attachment to the truth is making his situation even more dangerous. But what would have happened to us and to Peter if Jesus had allowed himself to be intimidated? For those who did not believe, his testimony to the truth was the reason to condemn him to death. But how could he, to save his own life, deny the very reason why he was born? He chose instead to defeat death by facing it. Now, to those who have believed, who have trusted in Jesus, we have a restored relationship with God that only comes through knowing Jesus. Jesus provides this new life, which Christians now live to talk about as the truth, as Jesus did, even in the face of rejection and danger. I pray this brought you hope and encouragement this morning. Until tomorrow, I'm Chaplain John Rawlison with the Dobbins Air Base Chapel.